Aloha Sagittarius, it is April the Organic Alchemist. I am finally back from my hiatus and I have your full moon manifestation in abundance reading for July. So this reading is going to go from July 16th through August 16th, and let's get right into it, Saggies. All right, so the energy coming in for you guys right now is opposition, the closed door. When one door closes, another opens. You still have a way out. It's just not the way you came in. So that is the energy that is coming in for you guys this month. How this manifestation and this energy is integrating and the theme that it is bringing up on your spiritual journey is moving forward. So, we have Seraphonite as the crystal that is going to help you work with this energy this month, and then air as your medicine. So as I was looking at this and kind of meditating with it before I started, the things that came in were to really look at your communication, but also really making sure simple things like that you are actually getting some fresh air from time to time, my Sag, and also breath work came up. And I'm not necessarily talking about even getting into like the yoga pranayama and that sort of stuff. Just simply making sure that you're taking 2 to 5 minutes out of the day to just sit and relax and bring that breath down into the abdomen, and make sure you're spending a little bit of time each day doing some deep abdominal breathing. That is going to help with this moving forward. It's also going to help in the shift in mind, because again, air is also going to be a mind energy that will potentially help you find this other open door. So how this energy is integrating with your chakras, we have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, both illustrating, both in reverse, both illustrating an imbalance in the throat chakra. So what the first thing that hit me with this is that you're in a situation that's requiring you to find and express your truth. And so I think that there is a huge part of you that is clamping down, that is nervous about that. The Knight of Swords is reckless with his words. The Knight of Wands in reverse, and this is in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse is going to be kind of over dramatic and reckless with his passion. So I feel like you guys are working on trying to find that way to express your truth in a way that isn't going to cause some disruption. Because if you do it right now with these two knights here, don't balance that throat chakra. Spend some time in your meditations working on that throat chakra, making the theme of, what is my highest truth, kind of the focus and the theme of your meditation, sitting with your guides and kind of bringing this stuff to the surface so that this can balance. So how is this showing up in your reality? Interesting. So we have the Magician here, and the Magician comes through in this deck as an initiate or an apprentice, and so there's definitely a working of your magic, but I feel like there is also kind of with all of this, there is a level of initiation that is occurring, and that's kind of matches that moving forward, where there is a going from one level to the next, particularly in understanding and in self-awareness. And then we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So I feel like this shift has you in a place where you may be feeling a little bit emotionally unstable. You may be either over-expressing or just clamping down and afraid to express anything at all, because you're afraid it's just going to come out and so that is kind of what I'm seeing there. I'm also seeing that there may be some aspects of your intuition that you are ignoring or not listening to. And so that is literally coming up right there with that card. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles. So whatever this initiation is and this imbalance that's occurring, it is still leading you to this place of personal fulfillment. It's still leading you to this place of really understanding how to manifest, and how to really step that energy down, going from that. I think it is interesting kind of that we have the Magician and then the 9 of Pentacles, which is kind of one of those results of the Magician's work, so to speak. So let's see. We're going to go and clarify this and take this a little bit deeper. All right, so we have the 8 of Stones, the 8 of Pentacles. So with this initiation, there is work that you are doing to both make this happen and to integrate it. And then with this kind of emotional imbalance, because I'm not sure which way it's going. I feel like with the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands, it's probably going this way of being a little bit extra expressive. And then we have the 2 of Scrolls, or the 2 of Swords, which is kind of that stalemate card. So I feel like you're just not making a decision to express, you're just kind of holding it in. And then we have the Knight of Wands here, and I feel like, he's in the upright here, and so I feel like he's coming through that you're kind of holding everything in until, as you kind of work on really bringing down, making sure that you understand how to manifest. And you're doing that by controlling that energy, by understanding how to express and control and wield that creative force energy. So let's look at what is shifting or what needs to shift to keep you moving towards your most beneficial outcome. All right, so we have the 5 of Swords here. So there is definitely with this initiation, there is the work that you're doing is really facing the challenges and obstacles that this is bringing up. And I feel like a part of that is really, working towards being able to do this all in an emotionally balanced way, and to be able to express yourself the way that you want to without being like, blah, or like, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. Then we have the 2 of Cups. So we're moving from kind of this emotional instability, and we're in this place of just the stalemate, not really expressing, kind of keeping it all locked down. And that is part of what's going to shift. There is this union of these 2 opposing ideas or thoughts. There is a way in which they can be unified. And then over here we have the base chakra coming up as work that needs to be done, and then the 8 of Cups. So we have this space of emotional withdrawal, but this emotional withdrawal is not the unhealthy one. This emotional withdrawal is recognizing, is kind of recognizing the emotions and choosing to work with them in that higher spiritual way, as opposed to bleh, or being completely closed off. And so that is coming with some root chakra work. So I feel like there are kind of some fears that you may need to address. And definitely, again, bringing that root chakra into the meditation, as you work from this place of being able to step back from the emotions and approach them from that higher spiritual plane, or that higher level of understanding. And then the intuition that you're kind of not listening to, that's coming through, is that right now you're in this place of birthing a creation. And it's really here along this first line with this initiation, this work that's coming, that you're doing. It's definitely there. And so there is a huge potential for growth here. And so I think your intuition's coming through with that, so that you don't get caught up in the challenges, so that you understand that working through kind of the emotional withdrawal both unhealthy and healthy and integrating these two ideas is all part of the path, and it's ultimately going to lead you to a huge depth and growth. So surrendering to play is one of the first things that you're going to want to work on letting go of as you're doing the work to manifest here. And then surrendering outdated beliefs about yourself. And so, I mean, maybe the birth of the new creation is you. Maybe there's a whole new rebirth going on, and it's letting go of these limiting ideas of yourself that are going to begin to allow that to occur. And with that throat chakra work that was going on there, you know, there may be a part of it that is allowing you to learn how to be very witty and you know, have a nice clap back, but not have it be something that turns into that can be abusive or not, that where, you know, and you know what I mean. There's a way to have a clap back that sets somebody in their place, and there's a way to say something to someone that cuts them down, and they're going to be dealing with that shit 5 years later. So we want to be on the side of A, unless what we're saying is really that beneficial for them to be dealing with it 5 years later. But that's what I kind of feel like is going on. And for you to be able to express your passions, but without them like just bowling people over, so that people can engage with the energy as opposed to being overwhelmed by it. So let's look at those thought form shifts that need to occur here or are suggested here. And so one, we have guilt to self-forgiveness. And then we have instability to balance. And so both energetically and mentally and emotionally, we want to work on these and making those shifts. This is where journaling is going to be really, really helpful. And I'll probably say that as long as I use these cards in every single reading, so you guys can get sick of it. But I figure if somebody's new, they're not going to know. But what you want to do, oh, wow, geez. Okay, guys, you guys got lots of mudra work. But journaling your responses to the guilt. So what would your self-forgiving response be to your guilty thoughts? And then the same with instability. When you're thinking about, like, you know, how you're off balance, how nothing is coming together. What are your thoughts of balance that can replace that? So that is the kind of mindset shift work that's going on. So mudra wise, right here, this set of mudras are going to be the ones that you are going to use to tune into the essence of the vibration of what you're looking to manifest. The reason we want to tune into the essence is, of course, because then that way we don't get attached to needing things to show up a specific way when another way might be way more beneficial to us. So those mudras, you guys got 3 of them. So we have the Pachamukha mudra. For focus, we have the oh my gosh, guys. I don't know all of these. I know them by like what they do. So we have the Universal Light Mudra. You can see the title at the bottom. If you want to Google these and look them up, I apologize. I really do. I'm very bad in terms of just going with kind of what they do. And then we have the Karuna Mudra, or the Compassion Mudra. So forgive me, I hope I didn't offend anyone. I'm working with learning them all, but I feel like they're so beneficial that I want to bring them out and make sure that you guys have them to work with as I'm still learning. So, and then over here we have the mudra that you're going to use to bring your energy body into resonance with the essence of the vibration of what you're intending to manifest. And so you're going to use that one with the Prithvi. They're tongue twisters, y'all. The centering mudra. And so this is going to really balance out that root chakra. And so definitely, again, coming into that root chakra work that showed up with taking that emotional withdrawal from an unhealthy place to that space of going to that higher ground, that higher knowledge, that higher wisdom. So let's look at the outcome that you are looking at, my dear Sagittarius, as you do this work. Ooh, interesting. All right, so we have what is normally the Devil card. This is normally the card of temptation, programming, that sort of thing, illusions. But in this deck, what you're moving towards is a mastery over all of that. So mastery over that subconscious programming, the temptation, the toxicity, a mastery over that. And then we have, which one is this in this deck? I'm sorry, sometimes in the deck, these are different. So this one is going to be the Justice card, interestingly enough, in this deck. And so this is about detaching from outcome and tuning into, oh my gosh, come. Tuning into the divine order of things. And so that is part of what is happening for you here is a detaching from this being right or that being right. Guys, I think I'm actually getting this one off. This is actually, no, this is the Hanged Man in this deck. I actually can't remember. But there is a detaching. So what I'm going to tell you is what I know about this card and what I'm feeling with it. And I apologize, guys. This happens very rarely, but I use so many decks and they all have so many different ways of looking at things. But it's helpful. So anyway, so this is about detaching from the outcome and seeing the divine order of things, having that shift. Because there's definitely a shift in perspective that's going to occur here that is in alignment with the Hanged Man card as well. So it's about, but there is definitely also within this for you guys, a detaching from kind of what you perceived as right and understanding that what is going on is actually in divine order. And then part of that is going to allow you to confront your shadow and your fears so that you can move forward and move beyond them. I'm sorry, my Saggies, that card just threw me, and that's why sometimes you just read the card and you don't worry about what it's supposed to be. So your final message is it's time to release negativity. And I really feel like that does go back to this card of letting go of the way that you've been thinking about things and really remembering that it is all in divine order. So my Sagittarius, as always, I hope that was helpful. I hope that it resonated with you guys. If it did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends. As always, I love to get your comments. It is so helpful to hear your feedback. So until the next reading, take care. I can't even talk anymore. Take care, you guys. Keep doing the work so you can live your best life. Lots of love.